Hello, good morning, students. How are you? I think you are quite well. Today, we will discuss the practical application of motion in a vertical circle. Practical application of motion in a vertical circle. Why write practical application of motion in a vertical circle? Write practical application of motion in a vertical circle. When a bucket filled with water is rotated in a along a vertical circle. When a bucket filled with water is rotated along a vertical circle such that its velocity at the lowest point is greater or equal to under root 5 gr. Its velocity at lowest point is greater or equal to under root 5 gr. The water will not spill even when bucket is at the highest point. When a bucket filled with water rotated in a vertical circle such that its velocity at the lowest point is greater or equal to under root 5 gr, then water will not spill even when bucket is at the highest point. Now our next question: why does a cyclist lean inwards? When moving along a curved path? Why a cyclist lean inwards when moving along a curved path? Determine the angle through which cyclist bends. From vertical while negotiating a curved path. Let us discuss it. When a cyclist goes round a curved path, a centripetal force is required. When a cyclist goes round a curved path, a centripetal force is required. The force between the tire and road is too small to provide necessary centripetal force. The force between the tire and road is too small to provide necessary centripetal force. That's why cyclist leans inwards, because then horizontal component of the normal reaction provide necessary centripetal force. Suppose we tell you again it. When a cyclist goes round a curved path, a centripetal force is required. When a cyclist goes around a curved path, a centripetal force is required. The force between tire and road is too small to provide necessary centripetal force. That is why cyclist bends inward, because horizontal component of the normal reaction provide necessary centripetal force. Suppose a cyclist bends inwards through an angle theta. From vertical, the horizontal component r sin theta of the normal reaction provide necessary centripetal force. That is r sin theta is equal to mv square upon r. R sin theta is equal to mv square upon r, and vertical component r cos theta balances the weight of the cyclist. Vertical component r cos theta balances the weight of the cyclist, that is r cos theta is equal to mg. Suppose this is my first equation and this is my second equation, dividing equation first by second, dividing equation first by second, that is r sin theta upon r cos theta is equal to mv square upon r mg, that is r cancel, sin theta upon cos theta is equal to tan theta is equal to v square upon r g. Tan theta is equal to v square upon r g. The angle theta through which cyclist bends, the angle theta through which cyclist bends would be greater if curve, first one is curve turn is sharp and speed of the cyclist is greater. Now we will discuss next question. What is centripetal force? Derive expression for the centripetal force. What is centripetal force? We will tell you what is centripetal force. Centripetal force. Centripetal force. What is centripetal force? A force required to make a body to move in a circular path. A force required to make a body to move in a circular path with constant speed is known as centripetal force. A force required to make a body to move in a circular path with a constant speed. Suppose these are the forces. A force required to make a body to move in a circular path with a constant speed is known as centripetal force, and these are the velocities to move in a circular path. A force required to make a body to move in a circular path with a constant speed is known as centripetal force. It always acts along the radius and towards the center of the circular path. It always acts along the radius and towards the center of the circular path. Now we will derive expression for centripetal force. Expression for centripetal force. We will derive expression for centripetal force. When a body undergo uniform circular motion, its velocity changes continuously. When a body undergoes uniform circular motion, its velocity changes continuously due to change in the direction of the motion. When a body undergoes uniform circular motion, its velocity changes continuously due to the change in the direction of the motion. It undergoes an acceleration which acts radially inwards. It undergoes an acceleration which acts radially inwards. It is called centripetal acceleration. We know the formula of centripetal acceleration. A is equal to v square upon r. A is equal to v square upon r. Since v is equal to r omega, therefore A is equal to r square omega square upon r. Cancel r. That is A is equal to r omega square. Now we know, according to the Newton's second law, F is equal to ma force. According to Newton second law, force equal to mass into centripetal acceleration. Force is equal to mass into centripetal acceleration. F is equal to m and a r omega square. F is equal to m r omega square. It is not, for example, example of the centripetal force. For a stone rotated in a circle, the tension in the string, when a stone rotated in a circle, the tension in a string provide necessary centripetal force. Now we will discuss what is centrifugal force. What is centrifugal force? Our next topic is centrifugal force. Centrifugal force. The outward radial force experienced by a body. The outward force experienced by an object when it is in circular motion. The outward radial force experienced by an object when it is in circular motion is known as centrifugal force. We know F is equal to mv square upon r, which can written as m and v is equal to r omega. Therefore r square omega square upon r, that is F is equal to m r omega square. The outward radial force experienced by an object when it is in circular motion is known as centrifugal force, and F is equal to mr square. It is not a real force. It is not a real force. Why it is not a real force? As we cannot identify its source. It is also known as fictitious or pseudo force. Fictitious or pseudo force. It is also known as fictitious or pseudo force. Now what is the example of centrifugal force? Cream is separated from a cream which we separate from a cream separator. Cream is separated from a milk in a cream separator. cream is separated from milk in a cream separator is an example of centrifugal force. Second example of centrifugal force, in a sugar industry, sugar crystals are separated from molasses. In a cream industry, sugar crystals are separated from molasses. Third example of centrifugal force, centrifuges are used to separate honey from the wax. Centrifuges are used to separate honey from the wax. Now, our next question is, third question, what are the factors on which coefficient of friction between two surfaces depend? Name the factors on which coefficient of the friction depends. The coefficient of the friction depends upon the nature of the two surfaces in contact and state of the roughness. The coefficient of friction depends upon the nature of the two surfaces in contact and their state of roughness. Now, if I ask you what is the unit of coefficient of friction, coefficient of it has no unit. When we will ask you what is the unit of coefficient of friction, then its answer is it has no unit. Now, we will solve some numerical problem. Our first numerical is a stone of mass 0.3 kilogram. A stone of mass 0.3 kilogram tied to the end of string in a horizontal plane is whirled round in a circle of radius 1 meter with frequency 40 revolution per minute. What is the tension in the string? What is the maximum speed with which the stone can whirl around if the string can withstand a maximum tension of 200 Newton? A stone of mass 0.3 kilogram, mass 0.3 kilogram, radius 1 meter, and it whirl 40 revolution per minute. That is frequency nu is equal to 40 revolution per minute. We can write it 40 upon 60 revolution per second, that is 2 upon 3 revolution per second. Now we know omega is equal to 2 pi mu, then 2 pi into 2 upon 3, that is 4 pi upon 3. Now we know the formula of tension. T is equal to mv square upon r. Now mass 0.3 and v square, we can also write it m r omega square. We have proved it, that is m 0.3 radius 1 and omega 4 pi upon 3 square. When we will solve it, we get 5.264 Newton. Let v be the maximum speed. Let v V be the maximum speed, then M V maximum square upon R is equal to given 200 Newton, then V maximum square is equal to 200 into R upon M, that is 200 into R1, and this is 0.3 kg, and V maximum under root. Therefore, V maximum is equal to 25.82 meter per second. Now we will solve next question. Our next question is, what is our next question? One end of a string of length 1.5 meter. One end of a string of length 1.5 meter is tied to a stone of mass 0.4 kilogram and other end to a small pivot on a smooth vertical board. What is the minimum speed of the stone required at its lowermost point so that string does not slack at any point in its motion along the vertical circle? Now, one end of the string of length 1.5 meter, that is R is equal to 1.5 meter, and mass 0.4 kg. Now we have studied in motion in a vertical circle that minimum speed at the lower point so that string does not slack. Minimum speed at the lower point so that string does not slack. V is equal to under root 5GR. V is equal to under root 5. What is the value of G? 9.8 and radius 1.5. V is equal to under root 5GR. Then when we will solve it, we get 8.57 meter per second. 8.57 meter per second. This is the minimum speed at the lowest point in the vertical circle. Our next question. You may have seen in a circus a motorcyclist driving in a vertical loop inside a death well. मोटरसाइकिल जो है ड्राइव इन ए लूप इनसाइड ए डेथ वेल, ए hollow spherical chamber with holes so the spectators can watch from outside. Explain clearly why the motorcyclist does not drop down when he is at the uppermost point. Why motorcyclist does not drop down when it is at the uppermost point. Now we know weight of the motorcyclist. Weight of the motorcyclist provide necessary centripetal force in order to go round the vertical circle. Weight of motor cyclist provide necessary centripetal force in order to go round. In order to go round the vertical circle. We know the velocity at the highest point in the vertical circle, v equal to under root gr. V is equal to under root gr. Now in question it is given what is the minimum speed required to perform a vertical loop if radius of the chamber is 25 meter. Then we will put it under root g 9.8 and this is 25 meter. That is v is equal to 15.65 meter per second. Thank you.